Hello everyone and welcome back to another brand new episode of Motogp Career Mode. Now today we have the second race of the season. We have Portugal. It says third, but we had the test at the start of the season. That was technically round one in the calendar. A couple of messages to get through, so I think we already responded to these in the last one, but we're going to respond again, just keep Zarko happy. I have been told as well I should have replaced Zarko and not become his teammate, so it should be just me and his team. But nonetheless, we are doing our best to see can we kind of depose him as the top rider in the team. You can see here the packs will apply in the next test in Jerez, so we won't have any new bits until Jerez, so we're stuck with the bike we have now. Obviously we had the perfect start in Qatar, getting a double race victory. Somehow I just don't think it's going to be the same here in Portugal. First off, the track I really dislike on the GP games. The bikes don't really ride this track very well, but we're going to put in a lot of hard yards in the practice session, so can we build up some good data with the eye, so we have some good races come Saturday evening and Sunday with some smooth jazz on in the background. So let's get into it. Just quickly guys, if you do enjoy today's video, if you wouldn't mind, let me know with either a like or a comment, and maybe even consider subscribing for future videos. Thanks, back to the video. So free practice and normal practice are complete and we are on P8. The other 4 Hondas on the grid are 23rd, 22nd, 21st and 20th. So we're about 1.3 quicker than the rest of the Hondas. We're pretty much a million miles away from any other Japanese bike, which is obviously the goal. P8 overall, not bad. I did a lot of laps in free practice and regular practice, so it looks like if you can look at a spread of times, 2.3 spreading the whole field isn't too bad. If you take out the Hondas, it's only 1.2 spreading the whole field, which is pretty much ideal. So it looks like this week the mistake we made in Qatar was probably not enough data for the competitors to kind of base it off for the adaptive. So I think this week we should be better. We're going into qualifying now. We are going to go straight to Q2, which is perfect. Don't feel amazing. Hard front tire is required, I think, for the race. It doesn't overheat, but it doesn't give me a great feeling. It's kind of a mixed match at the moment. If I run anything less than a hard on the front, it's very, very hot after a couple of corners, just because I trail brake so much with this Honda and I'm pushing the front, where we heard this before. Like, the bike's a bit wild under braking, and I spent a bit of time here in practice trying to dial that out and actually made the bike worse, and I've actually reverted, which is something I rarely do, is make the bike worse. Usually it gets better as I go on, but they actually got a lot worse. So we've gone back to pretty much a base setting that we've had from Qatar. So pretty interesting to see how we're getting on here in Portugal. I'm looking forward to qualifying because I'm not too sure if we have one lap pace, but I think we have a good rhythm over long runs. .39.6 for the first lap in qualifying. I think it might be the fastest lap of the weekend so far to me. The softs really did help. To be honest, right, I was quite surprised. We've gone 1.4 ahead of Morbidelli, who's come through Q1, so don't expect to see him up to sharpen, but overall that was a really good lap. We're going to go for one more. We're going to have one more lap off here, and then we're going to go for a push lap. But yeah, the soft front actually feels very good, ironically. And again, I just try not to push. I think I was maybe overriding a small bit in practice, very similar to what I did in Qatar, and I just couldn't get the lap time together. So 39.6 is very strong. I think that's just about a 10 quicker than Pecco's gone in practice, so we're looking better for qualifying than I'd imagine. So let's see how the rest of the session plays out. So in the end, well, I couldn't touch that lap time. I didn't manage another 39 all session. Marquez was a close with a 40.3, so looks like they slightly scaled themselves back in qualifying, which is a bit weird. They kind of came back to me after Friday's running, which is slightly annoying because, to be honest, they should be getting further away from me, like not coming back to me. I know it's supposed to adapt, but I was just slightly annoying when I saw him 0.6 off again, because I know that's kind of the speed I was doing what Marcus did. So it's like they've scaled that to be the fast lap, where they should have half a second either side of me, really, is the way I look at it. Again, very, very wide open session, like 2.3 off for Marcus. That's like slower than the Hondas were going on Friday, so strange to see them that far off. But pole position, I'm not too sure if I can do this in the race, because I did feel like the race pace was definitely better, but I also said I didn't think I could have a good qualifying lap in, and we have pole by almost 7:10. So let's see how the sprint goes. So the recommended soft, I've gone soft medium. The soft rear was doing some weird things on corner entry that would definitely make me crash in a race. A few times in qualifying where I had to pick the bike up and run on just to save a monstrous crash. So we're going to go medium just to play it safe. Probably won't be as quick. I didn't really like the medium too much, but we're going to have to probably run that in both races. It'll hamper my speed. We might go backwards a bit. We'll see. Overall, I'm not too sure how the rest of the grid's pace is, just because that qualifying session threw me slightly. But let's see how we get on.
At Portimao, everything's ready for the start of the race and the adrenaline's running high. There's only room for one thought in the rider's mind: to make it to the finish line first.
Okay, let's get it. By red lights. And a bog of a start. Come on, Honda, get the front down. We're back already, nearly out. Well, we are out of the points in the sprint. We're going to just tip in on Jack. Be careful this week as well with the track limits, as we were very, very, very bad in Qatar. We're sitting here in P9. That would be 2 points. Track of limits for Miguel Oliveira here in Portugal. Home race for Miguel this weekend. And straight away, oh, under investigation, the teammates look like they maybe have collided. It feels like we're definitely more in a battle this week than we were in Qatar. It looks like the speed is definitely not as strong, and my competitors have definitely picked up the speed a bit. Safe for Bastianini into 1, that'll put him a bit wide. I still think a top 5 is doable. Brad fights us back. I have to give him space because that's a very difficult corner to go 2x2. Malicious, but Garro's leading. I think that is a rider off in front. It is Marc Marquez. The switch from Honda to Ducati is not working out for the 8-time world champion, unfortunately. So it looks like doing all that laps in practice definitely has helped me, because the races seem a lot more balanced now. Oh, Brad very, very aggressively cut back to the line. We're going for the tight line. It's easy to lose the front two in this though. And it will leave Brad have the run. We're starting to lose the back of Frankie Morbidelli. Someone also who hasn't even got a shout out into his race on P6, doing brilliant for Pramac. Just such a difficult track to overtake. Here comes Bezecchi behind me, so we are struggling. We are in P8, but we are struggling to kind of make moves and defend really, which is, oh, front end. Rear end kicked about. Up comes Bezecchi. We're trying to hold up the inside. We have to roll. We have to see their position. They have to ride this Honda is very different to the way I can ride any other bike. Now, Jack Miller is behind me. You know he'll definitely try to turn one if he's given the opportunity. Once again, just like in traffic, I just can't go forward. 42-0, pretty poor lap overall. Have to try and get back onto the back of Binders. What I said, Bezecchi's up the inside. Will he have it into turn 2? He will. We have to get picked up. Nice move from Bezecchi. Gave us nowhere to go really. So we're back down to P9 after Marcus's crash in turn 4, and we just lost the front there on the curb. I'm wondering, was the medium rear the right decision? Because it's equally as bad, to be brutally honest, on corner entry. 2 Aprilias on the podium at the moment. What a brilliant result that would be. And to be honest, we would have had a double podium for Maverick as well, Batmav, if the bike didn't go popping him in this main race on Sunday. In real life, there comes Jack. We've already lost the battle basically with his teammate, and now Jack is looking for some action. Will he show me a nose into turn 11? No, not close enough. The issue at the moment I have with this Honda is the first tap of the throttle is just out of control. Going up the rear grip with wheelies is just a bit of a handful, which means we have to make it up in very Honda ways on the front end, which is a risky game, and in a race it's very hard because we're going to get penalties throughout seasons for having collisions with people if we're going to keep doing it that way. Which can be Vitas a bit more than Bezecchi. On to 6th gear, that bogged a small bit. 41.4, much better lap time. We are ahead of Bezecchi, but he did do us into turn 1 last time round. We need to be aware of that and hopefully defend the position a bit better. Oh, here he comes again. We just throw it across him though. Does he have us into turn 2 again? He's going to cut back though and get him into 3. We're going to have a look. Oh, we didn't pull that down. fall back into formation. I know if I could clear Bezecchi, I have the speed to kind of get to Binder. But unfortunately, I just can't clear Bezecchi. Bezecchi has all of the Valentino traits. I've been very, very good in hand-to-hand combat. Rear end, I was doing it in qualifying as well. That was the main reason that corner here, the rear kept doing that in qualifying. But it seems as the weekend goes on, the rear is getting a bit more skatey into that corner. Must be slightly changing my line without realising it, to be brutally honest. Being very good through the high speed stuff again. The corners were just very good compared to the Ducatis. I just don't really see a way through on them though. We plan a move, go wide here, cut back, we go for a bit of a lunge. There will be a lunge from this range. And I just don't have the trust in the front end. I've had so many front end moments and a couple of crashes in practice, so I'll need to just be careful with Bezecchi. Oh, mistake into turn 10. It's going to leave Alex Marcus through, is it? Going to be alongside him. Stick our nose in. XLCR Rider man himself. He leans it across us. Very, very risky. Wonder who showed him that sort of move. Big brother, maybe. Oh, and he goes for it again. And that is Fabio around the outside, apparently. Where is he coming from? So at the moment, we're down to 1 point in today's sprint. After starting in pole position, this has not been a good sprint. This is the sort of GP I was expecting. Not the one we had in Qatar. Here comes the Ducati, I can hear it. I have to try something to turn 1 on the brakes because I just don't feel that strong. But better that time. Again, if I just get clear time, I know we only have 2 laps left, but if I just get a bit clear track, I might be able to catch Bezecchi. I think the dream of a top 5 is gone now. Wheelies really are an issue around here for me on this Honda. Don't have the sweet feeling that I did with the bike at Qatar. Obviously this weekend we are running the new updated aero. I'm not too sure if I like it. I might try and revert it back to the last iteration that we had. Good lap so far for us though, way under. Once you get again, plain track. Good load coming down as well. Bike starting to handle a bit better. Can we leapfrog Bezecchi? This is where it all wrong a lap ago for us. 11 now. I'm going to try and get him lined up for 12. Go for a cut back. Closer this time. That move is on now. Is it? Is it? No. Oh, front was gone. I completely had lost the front there. I hold it around the outside. Bring it back. Maybe get him to the last corner. No. Unfortunately, Ducati's just too good. We can probably get him in the last corner, especially on days we're going to go a touch wider than him. Bring him back and just try and square him off. Like so. Fast lap of the race at 39.9. That is absolutely ridiculous at this point of the race. That lap just hooked up lovely for me. I think I really knew I had to put in a good lap and we're deep into one. I'm surprised I didn't see big bright VR46 Ducati up my inside. See, just by the tower on the right, my lap times haven't been amazing, but when we got 1 lap of clear air, we did drop down into 39, which is promising, and probably just means for the main race tomorrow we need to get that start. Because that's where this cost us there. I think the pace has been decent. We missed a downshift into VIP, and it just doesn't turn through there. We're really giving Bezecchi every opportunity to get back past on this final lap, including missing the apex of turn 7 by a week. There's a couple of corners to go now, and it'll be back-to-back sprint points, which is, oh, front end is just gone at the last corner. I think we should still be okay. Up the line, we're 7 seconds off, so we're about a second off, but I think we'll be right in the battle for the race win if we get to start.
As the riders return to the pits, let's take a look at the final results of this race.
Jorge Martin takes the gold medal ahead of Aleix Espargaro, good friend, and Maverick Vinales in third. So if you put my lap time up there with them, I'll be battling them lap per lap every race, which is very good to see. Again, we're ahead of, obviously we have the fastest lap now. Obviously I couldn't do that every lap. That was a very interesting lap, and I think the soft front tire makes a big difference. Now I don't think I'm going to run that in the main race, as much as that sounds a bit silly. I think the hard is the only way, because the way I was riding all weekend, I was really chasing everything on entry to the corner, and I could see there in that race didn't have anything to pass. Even though I did manage to make a couple of overtakes, it was very, very difficult. So probably gonna have to run the hard tire, even though I don't think that's much better, but definitely will aid in the pressing of overtakes and just the overall temperature of the front tire. We now have a solid 40 points in the championship, 8 points ahead of Jorge Martin. I'd imagine he'll probably be a bit closer after the main race. So, like we said in the end of the sprint, hard front tires what we're going to go with. We're recommended medium. I just think that will not work in the battle. It mightn't be the best tire to be honest. Hard. I'm kind of forcing myself to use it, even though I don't really want to use it. I feel like I have to, just because the pace wasn't amazing on it. So I'm kind of sacrificing speed for maybe hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, so it's going to be difficult. The medium felt okay in the sprint. Didn't give me good performance, but I imagine people around me maybe on the soft, so maybe that will bring me back towards it, because I felt like maybe on corner exit I was maybe losing a bit to some of the Ducatis, but that just could be overall equipment. So yeah, it's going to be a long race here in Portugal. We're starting from pole once again. Can we back this one up? I'm going to aim probably for top 5 in this one. I don't think I have the speed maybe with the hard front tire, because throughout the practices I was a bit off. You can see I was down about P8, which is where we finished the sprint. So I think overall we're probably a top 10 rider today. The pole position was a bit of a one-off with the soft tire. So yeah, let's see how we go.
At Portimao, everything's ready for the start of the race and the adrenaline's running high. There's only room for one thought in the rider's mind: to make it to the finish line first.
Mark Marquez also gone with a hard front tire. Interesting to note. 5 red lights, and it's a shocking start again. Shocking start, but probably a bit better. We're going to have to be very aggressive on this opening lap. Me and Vinales are under investigation. He just tipped the back mate. Wondering, did he get wing damage? We're going to hold around the outside. Contact. We're going to have to pick it up and go off the track. Try and rejoin safely at turn 3. We're down to P9. We're down into the battle. We have an instant warning for the contact with Pramac maybe. So, first warning. We didn't get any warnings in the sprint. First time we've seen Pedro all weekend. Oh, very slow and congested into turn 5 in the opening lap here. We're being eaten and beaten. Vinales surprisingly down here. Obviously didn't have a good opening lap with the incident with me. Oh, we're close to touching again. Oh, nearly out of the points zone in the main race. This isn't a good start again. And did I pass on the yellow flag is the next question. Up the inside of Digi we went there and touched the curb. That lost us front. That cost us drive on the exit. And it is EACO. Pedro, unfortunately, is out of the Grand Prix. First mistake of the rookie this year. I'll try and push a bit earlier on this one. Maybe use up a bit more tire. Maybe use the fuel, or probably underutilise the fuel a bit in the sprint. Look at this slipstream effect for Maverick into turn 1. Just don't have anything on the brakes at the moment. Being very evenly matched. We're going to go off the inside on the curve. Very aggressive move up behind. Morbidelli, can we leave the brakes off? Up the inside we go. Leans on us, and that keeps the position for him, and that opens the door for Vinales. But we're going to get a good slingshot maybe out of 4. We're really starting to see the struggles that is this Honda. So unfortunately Qatar was definitely a one-off, which is unfortunate, but at least we're getting good bar-to-bar racing here in Portugal. Unfortunately I managed to enable my right height device going into Craig Jones' corner, which is very poor, and that's cost us position to Digi. Buster Fernandez is the next rider behind. So again, like I said, this is probably where our speed is at. Top 10, top 9, top 10 maybe at best. So Digi made a few mistakes on the opening lap himself, and that cost him a position to me, but now we've repaid the favour and given him basically the position back by enabling our right hand device at the wrong point. We hold around the outside, looks like we camped in the bike just under stairs, and we get poor exit, and that will probably leave him back along the sides. Yes it does. Again, the pace is not much better than it was in the sprint. Surprised to see Vinales still down this low, considering he was on the podium in the sprint at P3. Our front tyre is dealing well with the temperatures. Isn't giving me great drivability and just overall feeling in the front, to be honest. But we are on a very good lap here and taking time out of Maverick Vinales. We look up the inside, we enable the right device, but just doesn't really do anything but put me on a weird line into 14. That cost me a lot of time, to be honest. Up to the line, fastest man on track. We go a couple of lengths quicker than our leader, Marquez. Look up the inside of Vinales, not yet. So we're in a typical MotoGP race at the moment. We're stuck. We have better pace in theory than the riders in front. We can't go forward, so this is very much being on a, I suppose, a Japanese manufacturer in a way. There's so little exit grip really, just don't have much out of the corner. Why the device isn't working particularly well when I enable it. I get out of the last corner quite well, and I get very good through the corners. You can see there, we just take a bit out of him through the very fast Craig Jones and into Portimao corner itself. But on the brakes, just can't even get near them really. It's a bit of a shame. It is a very difficult track to overtake on this track. Again, the fact that we have pulled on Digi and there's a gap back to Augusto behind as well, it shows that we are moving at a good pace. Mistake, that's going to be a warning. Yep, not great. Second in 4 laps, so probably not too bad at the moment, but we need to keep it clean. Just saying how hard it's overtake, we can't afford a long lap penalty. Mavericks are pretty very quick in the straight line, as well as the slipstream as well, but that looks like Frankie maybe a touch deep. It was, but in fairness, the Italian pulled it down. Oh, Maverick slow. Trying to get the move done. Oh, I lost the front of the curb. He gave us so little room. That could have been very bad for both of us. I'll try maybe how to go from here. It's a lunge. This is the Honda from here. We're going straight on. This is the sort of stuff I have to try now, because I'm very much stuck. Can't do much else other than have pretty much contact with him. We're very wide into Samsung in fairness everyone else, but I just don't get the exit when I go tight, so it's a kind of a lose-lose for me. Don't think I can do anything into Portimao either. Can I go for the outside, maybe get the cut back into 11? I'm thinking about, but again, then there's just a lovely, beautiful Aprilia in the way. And into the very difficult turn 13. Don't have anything against it. You've just seen pretty much a whole lap of me walk you through every mistake that I can't make, or pass I can't make, and cause myself more mistakes. And we already tried at turn 5 and we saw it went straight on, so maybe getting off the last corner a bit better into turn 1 if I can get it, because I think I probably can get alongside him, but I don't think I can really do anything on the brakes with him. First time that we've kind of gotten out of the last corner better. We got much better drive. He got the aero kicking in. We got massive slipstream. Brake deep because I need to make sure I keep these positions. We're up behind Binder now, our battling buddy from the sprint. Does Frankie come back like Digi and Bezecchi did in the main race? Or the sprint, sorry. They didn't, thankfully. Oh, again, front on the move. Common team on this Honda. You can still see the top guys, which is kind of overall good for me, so I just know that the speed is there. I just don't have at the moment the hand-to-hand racecraft. And again, if we could have held the start better, that's our big issue probably at the moment, is the start, because I think in the race, take out the hand-to-hand combat, we're pretty much as fast as anyone, which is really good to see as a rookie. By the Binder, no, it's not the room there. These short little straights on GP bikes just aren't long enough to get any sort of legs, to get any motion really. Backward battling. Oh, big mistake there into Gal. Backward battling factory equipment though. Knowing our second race is very promising for the season ahead. Maybe we could end up on a factory bike ourselves next year. Factory Repsol, would not be nice. Again, I was gaining on it so much I thought maybe I release the brake and go for it, but oh, track limits one, that was harsh. And we're only just halfway through the race now and we have 3, so bit worrying. It's critical we do not get a long lap, as that will kill our battling really of any of these. Binder's wide. Does he get to cut back on us? It doesn't look like he does. That is P6 for now. They're on a very good lap here as well. And when the fuel load comes down, this Honda starts to become a much better bike to ride. Don't think we'll beat the factory Ducati ahead though. We'll see if we can draw. We have enough laps. Again, we're only 3 seconds off to win here in Portugal, which is amazing. Even at this point of the race, even to be here in the race, no matter where we finish, the fact that we're this close is very, very good. But I'm very, very interested to see where the other Hondas are at the end of this race. You can see pushing this front, his hard front tire is just starting to walk ever so slightly. 40.1, another fast lap of the race, and another one for myself. And that was with an overtake as well on Miller, or Binder I should say. And just battling at the front, maybe there's still some life left in this race. They look like they're getting slower and I'm getting quicker. Back in the battle for the win, maybe, or at least for the podium. Oh, the curved room I run out there. Look what we did to Binder one up. I imagine he must have made a mistake somewhere back there, because no way he would have dropped that much. He was losing a bit of time, that's how we kind of got alongside him, and I sensed that and kind of pushed on for the first half of that lap and then made the opportunity. It looks like whatever Marquez is on, he's having massive issues as he's coming back to us. Big mistake into turn 3. We pushed Bashney very wide, we got in hot. And I've just noticed the last couple laps that my front tyre is so cold. Or sorry, my front brakes. And unfortunately, we've just had to go for that gap and made a big mistake. And that's just the issue of riding this Honda. It's very similar to Marquez. We were just talking about Marquez. That's similar to what Marquez did to Martin Oliveira back in 22 into that corner. Made a bit of a gap as well, because I was just saying it looks like Marquez is coming back. It looks like Pecco is doing the Pecco checkout and has probably pace and tyre over everyone, whereas look at Marquez is struggling. He's down out to second. Jorge Martin is trying his best to string a good lap together to keep with Pecco. Oh, massive moment on the front into 5. That could have been it. That could have been the race over. That might be the warning. I still think I'm faster than everyone in front though, so I feel like the podium's on. It looks like Marcus is sorted out his issues, but it looks like Aleix also looks slow, so I seem to get right back with them when I do make the odd mistake. Go wide so you can cut back on Aleix. The drive, we just get the run on him. The wheelie, slipstream of Mark. This could be it. Mark looks like he has zero drive at all. Look how slow he is in a straight line. And I was saying a minute ago, look how slow he looked. And now we're up ahead of him into P3. So somehow back on the podium. This race has come at us such a weird way, because we've only gotten faster and we're getting faster as well, because Son says that goes massive wide to turn 3. Now passing these Ducatis in front of factory supported 24 of Jorge Martin and the full factory weapon of Pecco's. So it's going to be interesting. We have only a lap and a bit to go. Again, deep into turn 5. Does that leave Marquez back through? He's there. He's on a medium here as well. We'll get the front down, and that's him back into P3. So he's actually on the same tires as me, so I'm not struggling at all. You can see there twitch from him. He's wide as well into Samsung. So I wonder is it the front that's causing his issue, because he seems very slow in a lot of places. Cost us over boards in front though. I think everyone's gone probably the wrong tire, except me and Marquez, because the hard front is working quite well, and you can see I have very good temperature and I'm not overheating, and I'm getting good performance, whereas they seem to be all starting to struggle with tires, starting to just lose a bit of speed. Final lap, we've dropped Marquez. Marquez's pace is gone. Because I don't think we have anything for the few in front of me really. I think Pecco's on the perfect race. It's a shame we couldn't have qualified up front though, because I definitely could have won this one. The fight back through the pack has been very, very, very enjoyable. Oh, where is moving? Turn 3 has been very difficult the last few laps for me. Got a lot of warnings on this lap so far, so I think to be honest, we take it. Podium here in the main race. We are becoming the rookie sensation of the class, putting this Honda where it shouldn't be. Going to get fast lap and a podium, and as well a good decent battle in the sprint race. It's been a very good weekend for me here in Portugal. Does show that we have some very, very strong weaknesses at the moment, front end being one of them, and the ability to overtake is one of them as well. So out of the final corner we come. It's going to be P3. Not a great day for LCR.
Let's take a look at the final classification of the MotoGP race before the traditional podium ceremony.
I'm not too sure what's happened, but Pecco Bagnaia basically has like glitched out his last lap or something because he's been put down to last. We've gotten P2. Jorge Martin takes the win. We get silver in the main race. Very strange. That brings Marquez back up in the podium. I wonder, is it just a result screen is bugged or will it fix itself afterwards? But it does show Martin winning. So strange. We didn't want to know where the other Hondas were. They were basically last of the finishers. Unfortunately, but at least they finished, but they were absolutely nowhere. So us up on the podium, them down there, it's just like the Marquez era once again. We still lead the championship, 3 points now over Jorge Martin. Maverick Viñales is also looking very strong in P3. Marquez jumps up to 4th now with this result. Pecco definitely didn't score points because he's dropped down to 7th and has lost basically all his points, which is very shameful. So, a bit of a strange run for Ducati there. Maybe a disqualification or something. Maybe something like that has gone on. I'm not too sure. But I definitely gained a couple of points from that.
With the top 3, and this lad got a great 2nd place today. It was a truly outstanding performance. Team members of the top 3 riders are gathering under the podium after today's superb show. They can finally let off some steam and celebrate.
So once again, becoming the top rider very soon, I'd imagine, if you can tell by that graph. Overall, massive points again gained in this week's event because we just did so well. And we still lead the championship. Let's see what the match says. We still need a little something more to reach the top, but O'Hearn is coming in 2nd with Spurs on to work even harder in the upcoming races. And we'll keep on good terms with that goal, but for now, we are making him look silly, unfortunately. But that is where we're going to leave it. Next up is a Honda track, if I've ever seen one. Red Bull Grand Prix of the Americas, or Kota is our next track. I really look forward to that. It's going to be difficult because it's very bumpy. And it's quite difficult on the front end. And that's where the Honda struggles. But the Honda usually goes well here. So hopefully, maybe we can back it up another couple of podiums there as well. Thanks for all watching. Hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to see more. To catch you in a future GP24 video. Thanks for watching. Slán go fóill.